Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. I'm laughing because I was doing something in the background. Everything started falling. I was like, oh, hey. So, welcome to Making Connections. This is your girl, Aly. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm just excited about life, and I hope that you are too. We all go have our ups and downs, but it's always an adventure to see what the day will hold. And so I want to welcome our guest, Tanace Daly. Hello, how are you?
I am well. Happy Saturday.
You too, you too. You're looking beautiful today as usual.
Thank you. You are
Yeah.
too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. So what I'm gonna do, since this is your first time with making connections, so now on you're just family. You know how we say first time you have to ask for some sweet tea, but next time you can just go get your sweet tea.
Right.
So I'm just gonna give you an opportunity just to tell a little bit about yourself before we get into the interview.
Okay, perfect. Well, again, my name is Tanae Staley, and I am a currently a media personality as well as a full-time realtor. I did attend North Carolina A&T, so Aggie Pride.
Yes.
I did get my journalism degree there, and then I went on to Wingate University and got a master's in sports management. So I've been doing things all over between then and now. And so I've kind of planted my feet into real estate and helping to find buyers' homes and work with sellers, renters as well. And then again, I'm a media personality. So pre-COVID, because it's still going on, it's
Right.
spiking back up. But pre-COVID, you could pretty much catch me on all the red carpets, BET Awards, MTV Awards. Atlanta, New York, all those type of things. And yeah, pretty much. And of course, I do other things, brand endorsing, and I tap into fitness a little bit as well. So I guess you could say I'm all over.
I love it. I love it. Because one thing we talk about is what multiple streams of income and different things like that, right? And so,
Right.
that's what it takes sometimes, going into different avenues and it sounds like though everything you're doing though that you it sounds exciting and you love it. So, right?
It is. It definitely is. Because I've learned that a long time ago. When I was going into that job, and every single day I was going into the job, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I've only been here an hour and I'm ready to go. My lunch breaks got extended. They were now like an hour and a half, and I was taking more breaks. So, yes, I get that.
Yes, yes, honey. Hmm. I won't say too much right now, but yeah, I know a lot of people have that feeling.
Hmm.
And life is just so we've learned that it's short. We think we have the future. I'll do it later, or I'll get into it, or let me
Right.
just take care of these bills, or take care of this
Hmm.
right now, and I'll do that later. But we're
Right.
not promised when later's gonna come, right?
That is so true.
And then sometimes later ends up being years and decades,
Mhm.
later. And so, just I love to encourage people, whatever your dream, your passion it is,
Mhm.
look into it, You never know what avenues it may open because
Mhm.
that's the place where you're the most passionate. That's the place where things just tend to flow, right?
Right. So true. Yeah, you definitely have to tap into it. Like you said, you'll look down the road and it's been 2 years and you're like, where did the time go? So do it now.
Exactly. And I say, of course there's COVID has destroyed a lot of things, but at the same time, it's like kind of opened up different avenues for a lot of things as well. Now you can collaborate with people around the world, really.
Right.
So it's really opened up a lot of opportunities as well.
Right. Just from your phone alone. So yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
So
And like you're saying, the red carpets and things, are not happening as much, but
hmm
people are finding ways to do programs and, still be present, right?
right. So true. Virtual. Yeah, I was on a Zoom the other day with the Neo. I believe he was hosting one of the award shows, but it was like you said, it was a virtual media room. So
Mhm.
we they have had think of other ways to get us involved. So, like you said, from all over, we're in all different states on one platform. So,
Yes. So tell me about, how long have you been a media personality?
so it's been a while. While at A&T, I actually majored in journalism. So I went into school knowing what I wanted to do. I wasn't one of those that changed their major 2 and 3 times. And, I had a whole bunch of friends that did that. I'm like, girl, I'm going to need you to pick a major. So I went into school wanting to do journalism. So while I was there, I think that's honestly what sparked everything because we had a television station and a TV and a radio station. So we had a lot of big celebrities come through while in school, such as Megan Good, Lloyd Banks, the rapper. I remember when what's the big movie? I think it was Think Like a Man with Terrence J and Will
Mhm.
Packer. They all came to the school. So we actually had real people coming to interact. And while there, I was doing these interviews, and I was just like, you know what? I love this, and I'm gonna just keep going. And that's been about I want to say about 10 years now, like 10, 11 years. So I've been doing it a while for sure.
Oh, cool. I love that, And like you said, you knew what you wanted to do. You were on a good path, and so, you know,
Right.
that's awesome. And you stuck to that. And so, that passion that you had, again, that was your passion. That was the thing that drove you. That was the thing that kind of gave you some life. And you're like, oh yeah, I like this.
Yes,
And look
exactly.
at where it has taken you and the people you have met along the way, right?
Right. So many, countless. I honestly, if someone was to ask me how many people I've interviewed, I don't know. I think it's been over maybe like 400 or 500 maybe, but I honestly just can't even keep count anymore.
Right. All right. And so, even with that, like when you first started, even though it was your passion, but when you first got into it, like,
Hmm.
were you nervous? Were you, what was the emotions going on when you first started, like meeting all these famous people, and you're just like, oh my gosh. Instead of being
So
like,
yes,
hey,
of
how did you get the
course.
interview done?
Right, exactly. And yes, I have had those moments, of course, in the beginning where I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's really her, it's really him. So you do get those nervous, that nervous energy. And then, like I said, doing the interview, you may stumble or you may kind of lose track of thought or, so it was definitely nerve wracking in the beginning and really trying to adjust to it because you're so used to seeing these people on a TV screen or listening to them on the radio. Um, but honestly, now with it being years in, I look at it like work. So, when I get that call to go do an interview or, whenever I set something up, it's literally work for me. So I look at it like, they are honestly normal people at the end of the day. I've met so many of them. So they're so normal. They're normal people. They're just like us. They're funny. Some of them are mean without the cameras on. Some of them, have weird lifestyles, as we may say. So they are normal. So I think that kind of humbles you as well to just kind of look at it like a job, like work after so many years.
Right. So Jonathan's on and he's putting up all your links, telling everybody, where to follow you,
Thank
Instagram at
you.
the Today Show and on YouTube. So
Yes.
yes, definitely go follow Tanae. She has these awesome platforms, and she's keeping it real. And I like what you said, that eventually you just figure out, hey, they're people just like we're people. And so for me, like,
Mm-hmm.
you're just as famous as they are, because I mean you've been in the same places they've been. So it's an honor
Oh,
for you
thank
to
you.
be on the show for me today. I really appreciate that.
No, I definitely appreciate you because I always tell people, and I think sometimes as we would say, the celebrities, I think they get a little twisted sometimes because I think they forget that you're a celebrity because of us. We're the ones that buy the music and repost and go out and look at the videos to get the YouTube views. So we need them just as much as they need us. So we're all in this together. So I appreciate for you having me on today.
Yes. And so, even with everything going on, the media personality, so like on your YouTube show, How often does that air? Is that once a week, once a day?
So I honestly had paused it for a while, and then, like I said, because of COVID, I wasn't able to kind of consistently do it how I wanted to. So when COVID first hit, I kind of jumped to Instagram and started doing a lot of IG live interviews while we were
Okay.
all stuck in the house. So I am revamping everything now. So hopefully I'll be able to get back on a schedule and be able to release these shows, hopefully once a month on YouTube. And then also I haven't said this, but I have a podcast that's coming out, hopefully the start of February. So that's exciting as well. Um, and I wanted to do more of like I wouldn't call it a serious podcast, but we kind of get down and deep in those conversations. More not so surface level, but actually kind of get into the real. So look out for that as well. I hope to drop that month as well.
Oh yes. What's the name going to be?
So I don't want to say the name
Oh,
just
okay.
yet
Okay.
because
Gotcha.
I kind of want to, I haven't promoted it. So honestly, you have the first dibs on that. I haven't even mentioned it
Okay.
anywhere
Gotcha.
else. So I'm gonna kind of keep the name under wraps, but
Y'all
it's kind
just
of creative.
y'all just be looking out because it's coming. I love it. I love it.
Yes,
So
on the way.
and it sounds like it's gonna be good. So tell us a little bit about getting into
Yes,
real estate.
hopefully.
Oh, it's gonna be good. I know.
So real estate right now is keeping me so busy. That's a good thing, but it is definitely a seller's market. Um, so I got into real estate because I bought my first home probably, I think it's been about 3 years now, and I knew the process I went through. And
Mhm.
honestly, that kind of sparked the interest for me to say, hey, I want to help other young people, and not just young people. I help all ages, but I want to help people to get in homes. I want people to honestly understand that home ownership is the way to go. Real estate is the way to go. And so from then, I've been doing it. Honestly, I got my license right after I bought my home, so almost about 3 years now.
Okay.
So I work with buyers. I work with different lenders to try and get you approved. I have different programs from rent to own. I work with renters. So I don't really like to leave anybody out. If your credit isn't good, I can kind of suggest people that I work with that can kind of help you with that. So I work with buyers and sellers and renters. And so, yeah, it's exciting. It's keeping me busy, and I'm learning every single day. So.
Oh, that's cool. And so let's just say that, maybe I came in and I was like, Tanae, I don't even know where to start. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I go to the bank first? Do I come to you first? Do I go find a place? What do I do? What would you tell me?
So
Like,
if you're looking to, yeah, can you hear me? I don't know if that's my phone or
you went out for just a second, but I can hear
you
you
can still hear.
now. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first step would be, I mean, you can contact me, and of course I can walk you through the steps, but the very first thing is you want to contact a lender. A mortgage lender is going to give you the max amount of money that you can purchase a home. So they're going to look into your finances, they're going to look into your credit score, they're going to look into everything to see, okay, this is how much money and purchasing power that this person has. And I do want to say that we do not see the finances. I know sometimes friends don't want you to help them, or family or people, because they're like, I don't want her to know how much I make, or what my finances look like. We do
Right.
not see your finances. And even if you're approved for a low amount or lower amount, that still doesn't mean, oh, he doesn't make enough money, or he doesn't make or she doesn't make a lot of money, because some things are based off of credit and things of that nature. So we never know unless you tell us how much money you make or anything like that. So
Okay.
I know some people are nervous about that. So we never see that. The only thing I get is the pre-approval letter from the lender that tells me, okay, they're approved up to 250K, 300,000, 400,000, whatever it is. And then we go out, we start looking at homes, and then the process starts from there.
Okay. That's cool. So I know I was talking to a friend. This probably been a few weeks ago, but is it different for like if you want to build a home opposed to buying a home that's already established? Is that process a little bit different?
Just well, slightly different, but you still pretty much need a lender's approval. Well, I'll say it like this: for a new bill, you can go either way. You can use your own lender and close with your own lender. A lot of times, I would say 90% of the time, the lender, the new bills have their own in-house lender, and they give you incentives for going through their lender. So let's say, for instance, you see a new bill community, and you're like, oh, I love these homes. They will suggest, okay, if you use our lender, we'll give you $5,000 for closing costs. So of course, a lot of buyers love that because it's like, oh, that almost take care of 80% or 90% of my closing costs. So you either way, you can use your own lender or go through them to see if you're approved. But I would say for new bills, you can use your own lender.
Tanae, I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe you're getting a phone call. You went out a little bit. But until she comes back, she's saying some good stuff. I mean, if you're looking for a home or, if you're ready to step into that process, get that lender first, because I think a lot of times with business, with our vision, with the things we want to do, it's always hard to know how to get started. What do we do first? And so a lot of times if we can take that first step, then of course that will lead us to continue in the process and get where we want to be, fulfill the vision that we have. But it's always that first step. What do we do first? What's the most important? Because everything has to have a firm foundation, right? So, hey there.
Hey, I got kicked off. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But I was just saying that that's good information because a lot of times in business or whatever we're doing, it's always hard to know what is that first step. How do I get started with this?
Mhm.
And so, of course, once you get started, then the path starts opening. But just everything has to have that firm foundation. And so, like you were saying, okay, just talk to a lender first, see what you're approved for, see what you might need to work on, see,
Mhm.
so starting there. But even, if it doesn't look very favorable, don't get upset, right?
Right. Don't get upset because I always tell people you don't know where to go if you don't know where you currently are. Right. So if you're consistently guessing every day, like, I don't know what my credit is, or I don't know if I can buy. Well, why not say, well, I can't buy now, but in 3 months I can if I get my score up to here. Or I actually, you will be surprised how many people think they can't buy and they go to a lender and they're approved. I will also say this too: look into credit unions, because I know a lot of times, especially state employees, I'm sorry, they do give their buyers closing costs. So
Mhm.
yeah, I have a lot of buyers who go through them and they do have closing costs available. So shop around just like you do with a car. Go to two, three, four different lenders, within a 30-day span, so it doesn't hit your credit too hard, and see who's going to give you a better rate, or who's going to give you more money, who's going to help you with closing costs. So make sure you shop around as well.
Awesome. So when they go to those lenders, typically what do they need to take with them or provide for them, or is it different for different ones?
So 90% of the time they're going to look into your finances and credit. So those are the two top things. So they're going to give your they're going to pull your credit, and then of course they're going to ask for pay stubs. They may ask for bank statements. They may ask for an offer letter if you're, switching jobs and things of that nature. So 90% of the time they really want to see, can you afford this loan, and do you pay your bills on time? So that's why they kind of check your credit to look at your debt and your income. So 90% of the time they're all pretty much going to ask for the same thing.
Okay, cool. See, I mean, we don't know what we don't know. So, hopefully somebody who's listening and who's just, like you said, been guessing and just wondering and like, I know my credit score's not that good. I know, I was late paying, Duke Energy or whoever, I mean, but at the same time, with anything else, you just gotta face it, right?
Just
Whether
gotta,
you
yep.
had some
Face.
issues or not, let's face it and let's
Hmm.
deal with it. And even like you said, they'll give you, you know, what am I, advice on what,
Right.
needs to be, let's work on this area. You were concerned about this, but this is fine. Let's work on this.
Right.
And so,
Exactly. You'll be surprised how many people are like, wow, I didn't even know it came up that much, or I didn't know. It's just like you said, you don't know what you don't know. So, talk to a lender. I know one of the lenders that I work with can do a soft pull, just to kind of see where you are. And that kind of will help your credit not to have like that hard pull on it. So, there's different ways. Trust and believe. There's different ways.
absolutely. I love it. I love it. Jonathan saying you're going to have, there's, she will start business coaching soon.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we will. We've been talking about that, and Jonathan is my manager, so we're kind of trying to vamp up a whole bunch for this new year. So I definitely will start doing that. So look out for that as well.
Yes, yes. And he said, just like you said, you have services for many people. So,
Hmm.
you know, the thing about it, I think people like you who have a servant's heart and, you want to help people. I mean, you're looking at to give them the information that they need. That's what making connections about, making connections with the resources that you might need. So, somebody was, I'm sure they could see this video 3 years from now, but it's going to be
Hmm.
the information that they need that's going to inspire them. Okay, let me just, see what's what. And,
Right, exactly. Hmm. And
and
I
so
think
when,
we have to take away the fear of everything too. It just makes us nervous when we're in an uncomfortable setting or we're doing something that we're not used to. But you have to get uncomfortable, to grow for sure.
exactly. And even like with the business coaching, I mean, this is something you're, like you said, you and Jonathan are, branching out into, you're looking into. And so you have to develop it, just
Hmm.
like anything else. You have the
Right.
information, but you got to figure out, how to present it, who needs it, where to go. So, you know, for everybody, because sometimes I think people look at people and they see the end process, they see the
Right.
success, but they don't know, even with realtor, is like, I'm sure now your process is much smoother. You know how to
Mhm.
do it, opposed to 3 years ago when you first started, right?
Right, exactly. Yep. It is so true. I was a newbie and trying to learn and asking everybody questions. And I know I was getting on people's nerves, but trust and believe they got on someone's nerves and they got on someone's nerves too. So ask questions and like you said, just jump in there and it'll be 3 years down the line and you're like, wow, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I started that business, or I'm glad I took her class, or ask for advice on how to jumpstart whatever it is. Just do it.
Right. And maybe even somebody's looking up and they want to be a media personality, and they're
Hmm.
like, oh my gosh, Tanae is like, she's like real humble and real accessible. I can just ask her, some questions, I can reach out to her. And
Right.
so it's really everything in life. Like I said, you got to start somewhere. And it's
Hmm.
about just reaching out to people because you're new at whatever it is the venture is.
Right.
Like
Hmm.
even my godson and them, they're about to start like a baking company,
Hmm.
bakery. I always have a problem with that word bakery. So even though you know they're good at baking, there's so many more different aspects. Where are they going to
Hmm.
do it? Are they going to ship? Where are they going to bake it? Different things like that. So
Right.
you got to reach out for help. You got to find where your tribe is. And so
Hmm.
if somebody's like, just trying to figure out, well, where do I go? Who do I ask? What would you suggest? Things like that.
So, and I've been doing this honestly myself for the past couple months too. I have been trying to redirect my Instagram and my social media, right? So I go through and I'm unfollowing people that have no good for me and can't offer no advice, can't give me no motivation. Go and follow people and follow pages of where you want to be. So if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be a top selling whatever sales agent, if you want to whatever, find those people on Instagram or Facebook or these platforms, follow them and literally just watch what they do. And like you said, you'll be surprised what a DM does. You may think they're not going to answer me, but it's been plenty of people that I have inboxed and asked questions, and they have honestly wrote me back or emailed me back. A lot of times, a lot of people have their emails on their socials as well. So
Mhm.
contact them. But I would definitely say start there. Follow people of where you want to be, because that's going to give you motivation and that's going to help lead you in the right direction.
Exactly. Be intentional. I know a lot
Mhm.
of times, I see in different groups, um, follow me and I'll follow you. And of course you go follow them and they never follow you back. And you're like,
Right.
wait a minute, I got gypped.
Right.
If they
Exactly.
don't follow you back, it's okay. Unfollow because that was the agreement was we were going to help and support one another.
Exactly. This was an
And so
exchange now. Yeah.
exactly. And so I definitely, I met you for the first time at an event Jonathan had in Charlotte,
Mhm.
the Black Business Gathering, I think it was. And
Yes.
so
Uh-huh.
at the Waterbean Coffee House in Charlotte. And so, I mean, I love that event because I got to meet so many different people, and because again, with even with me, you're in a media space that I would like to be in one day, or you've been doing it longer than me, and so I can come to you and ask questions. So I love
Right.
that gathering because wherever you were and whatever stage you were in, there was somebody there that you could link up with. There was somebody there that was
Mhm.
there to support you, and that's what everybody kept saying. We got to look out for each other. We got to help each other. And
True.
so that atmosphere was just so amazing and it
Mm-hmm.
felt so genuine that, now we have made those connections, right?
Exactly. And yeah, shouts out to Jonathan for doing that as well. Like you said, it was really personable, so it was like everybody was there ready to have a good time, ready to mingle, and everybody was just so humble about what they had going on. So we need more events like that for sure.
Because it wasn't anybody trying to outshine anybody. Even if some people did the same thing, it was
Mm-hmm.
okay. We were still just like, okay, I will go, girl. That's good.
Yep,
Go,
exactly.
man. I love it. And so we definitely need more events like that because that's where you know, you start getting your grounding, you start getting that support. And even if, people don't even know what you're doing, they don't understand that process, but they're like, they support you and they're like, they
Mhm.
want to see you do well. And so I know a lot of times people feel like, well, there's nobody in my corner, but you just have to be intentional about finding those people. Be
Exactly.
intentional. If it didn't work out with this group, that's okay. Keep
Mm-hmm.
going. Because I think a lot of times then we get stuck and we just like, well, I don't trust anybody. But yeah, there are people out there. I just want to remind y'all, there are people out there who genuinely just want to applaud you.
Mm-hmm. So true. Yep. Like you said, you just got to keep going, because everybody is not gonna be supportive, and just like ourselves. I mean, we don't like every type of food or every type of person, but like you said, there are people out there that will support you and will root you on and things of that nature. So you just got to keep going for sure. There's so many people in the world, so just got to keep going.
And that's it. And a lot of times too, we got to give them grace because maybe they don't understand.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
you're the one with the vision, you're the one that has seen it, and they just don't understand it. So it's
So
not even sometimes that they don't want to support you, they don't know what they're supporting, they don't know how to support you. So,
right.
so you got to even give them grace because they're not there yet. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, and even like me, I might not like, I do like some sushi, but let's just say let's say I don't like it. Even when my friends want to go, I'll go with them. I'll just order
Right.
something else. I don't have to eat the sushi, you know?
Exactly. Yep. So true. And that's me, because I don't really eat sushi like that. But like you said, I'm there though. Y'all want to go? I'll order something totally different, but I'm still there. So
Yeah.
for sure.
Right, right. Awesome. I love it. I love it. So in just a second, we're gonna have, y'all know we were talking about social media. So we're gonna
Mhm.
run this little commercial about because honey, whew, when I was like doing church, trying to help at the church, just trying to run their social media, I was trying to have just my personal page because I think it's supposed to be different from making connections. Then making connections, I was like, then you got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I was like, this
Yeah,
is a job. Somebody need to pay me.
it's a lot. It is a lot. And there's so
it's,
many more. I learned about two new platforms last night. So it's a lot.
it is, and so we're gonna run a commercial. And it's a social media management company. And
Okay.
so where you can log in and you can post all your stuff from one platform. And I was like, yes. So we're gonna play
Mm.
that commercial and we'll be right back.
Social media management for businesses has become more important than ever. Scale your business on social media with an all-in-one platform. The system we are offering provides in-depth analytics, unlimited social profiles, copyright-free images, and much more. You can respond to all messages across platforms through one system. Weekly schedules of content can be created to automate your social media. Active Insights provides best recommendations based on post type and most engaging window of time to post. Social media management just got easier.
Yeah, so New You, definitely look them up. I'll put the link in the video, the description of this video. I mean, because when I heard that, I was like, yes, I need this. Because a lot
Yes,
of
it
times,
is.
yeah, and a lot of times when you first start out, you're everything. You're the marketer, you're the, CEO, everything. So even just having that little piece where and you can schedule your posts and things like that, don't you think that'd be that
Mhm.
helpful?
Very helpful, especially. Sorry, my earring fell out. I know the women can
We
attest to this.
understand.
Lord. um, yes. So it's especially for somebody like me that's super busy and working and things of that nature. It's so hard because it's like you're trying to juggle everything and you're trying to get it done. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we got to find those ways. Again, we have to be intentional about finding ways where we are less stressful, and you have time to actually flow in your gift. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need to be spending hours and hours on social media, seeing somebody liked it, then comment, and then having to go to the different platforms. That will drive you crazy. I'm
Exactly.
just telling
I agree 100% on that.
you. I love it. I love it. So for 2022, we're just jumping into the year. So what are some things? I know you got the podcast, coming up, but what are some
Mm-hmm.
other things you would like to see, transpire in 2022?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. So yeah, I definitely have the podcast coming up. And then like I said, I definitely want to get back into really releasing the Tanae show on a consistent basis. And hopefully we can try and get back out there on those red carpets and things of that nature. And then I think that I'm gonna go ahead and start doing some things with fitness as well. I've been pretty serious about it for the last couple of years, and I have really been debating about going ahead and getting my certified personal training license. So I think I'm gonna do that this year. So that'll
Yeah.
be something else added on as well. And I'm trying to think. Of course, like Jonathan said, we're gonna start some of the consultation and business coaching this year as well. And who knows what else? Jonathan knows me, more than anything, and he knows that my brain is always racing. And I'm always like, I mean, he could literally attest. I'll text Jonathan at night, like, hey, let's do this. I thought about this. Hey, remind me about this. So I know I had mentioned to him about a real estate book. About you actually kind of asked me this question earlier about the first time real estate agent. I kind of wanted to write a book on that because I've learned so much. And I'm like, if somebody would have taught me this, or if somebody would have
Right.
told me this, real estate is a whole different beast. So maybe that may come down the pipeline as well. So yeah, I have a lot going on. I try to keep myself busy.
Right. Right. I love it. And but I love the way that you're sharing all your gifts and your knowledge with other people, because
Mhm.
that's what we got to do. We got to help one another. We got to support one another. If I can make the process a little bit easier, even where I am in broadcasting, if I can help somebody get started, and
Right.
just be like, look now, no, you control the platform. Don't let your guests, control the platform, and things
Exactly.
to do even before you have your first show.
Mhm.
Because of course, the person I started with was a wonderful person, absolutely.
Mhm.
Glad I did it. But if I had like a little bit more information before even the first show, it
Right.
would have made it a little bit smoother. Because
Yep.
then I'm like, okay, now who's gonna be my next guest? How do I get a guest? What do I tell them?
Oh
So
gosh, yes. 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 Trust and believe. I know all about it.
So, I just want to encourage everybody, and definitely shout out to Jonathan Coleman. That's another resource. If you
Mhm.
need help, if can't, you don't know where to start, maybe you've started, but you don't know how to build or expand. Jonathan Coleman, he's some guy named Jay. I think he's Jay for now on Instagram.
Yeah.
Jonathan Coleman on Facebook. Reach out to him. He is a PR specialist, and
Mhm.
trust me, he
Yeah.
be up
He
at
is.
night too,
Uh,
inboxing you talking about da da da. Da. I be like, go to sleep. I just went to sleep.
I know. Yeah, he's definitely a powerful resource as well. Like you said, if you're an artist or have a business, a brand,
Mhm.
doesn't even matter. Look into his PR services, and he goes hard for his clients too. So
Absolutely. And that's the thing about it. He definitely, I mean, even at the gathering, it's like he came up and he was introducing everybody, but it was like he would just talk about him like they were like his little sister, his
uh,
little brother, and you
exactly.
were like, well, you said it all, Jonathan, because
I know.
he gets to know his clients, because he wants to know your vision, where
Right.
you want to go. And so that's
Mhm.
important with building your team. Your team has to understand. Everybody doesn't have to understand your vision, but your team has to understand at least where you're trying to go. Even if they
Exactly.
don't know all the steps, but they got to be able to help you get there, right?
So true. Yep. Got to be able to lead you for sure. Hmm.
So, maybe I haven't asked you like maybe there's something you want to come on the show, tell us about, or talk about, and I hadn't gone to that level. Is there anything that you wouldn't, because for the listeners, we always try to encourage them, whatever your vision is, wherever you are,
Hmm.
to be encouraged, don't get stuck. Don't think just because you did something one time and it didn't work that it's
Mm.
not going to be successful. So, let's talk to that level of things.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that is so true. Like I said, as you can see, I have so much going on, and I think you mentioned it earlier. Everybody sees that ending and they don't see the in between of, what we had to go through and what, I'm still going through, as far as media. We be fighting on that red carpet. I'm just playing. We don't fight, but we do get kind of, sometimes the red carpet is tight, and only one or two people can get the interview, but it's five people there. So you're trying, it's a lot that goes on, but I just post the interview, but you didn't see the in between. So,
Right.
you have to really just, I would definitely say, if you have a passion, don't let anyone talk you out of it, because again, it's your vision, it's your passion. And, just keep pressing forward, because you're here for a reason. So you just have to find what you love, you have to stick to it, and you have to just continue to try to be great at it. Um, like I said, I'm still learning. I'm only 32, so I'm always trying to continue to educate myself and read and YouTube and Google. So continue to use your resources. Everything is on Google. Everything is on YouTube. When I say everything, so if you don't know how
Honey.
to do something, or if you want to learn something, do it. I have been trying to teach myself about stocks. I have, kind of gotten into it just a little bit. I'm investing a little bit. Now I'm like, okay, now we have NFTs. Now there's something new I have to learn about and educate myself about. I can't keep up, but my point is just, use your resources to really try to grow your mind and try to get into these rooms and, really try to get around people who have already done it or are doing it so that you can grow and, you don't have to stand on the sidelines. You can jump right in there with them.
And that is very good advice. Use your resources.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your resources is not a person,
Mm-hmm.
but this World Wide Web.
Yes.
Of course, people be like, you got to be careful. Da da da. Of course, you have to be careful,
Mm-hmm.
but there's so much information. There, like you said on YouTube. I mean, I was trying to figure out something about a shower head, and I went on YouTube, and I think I must fix it now, but all I know to do is put up a shower head. But I
Right.
didn't have to worry about running out, going to Lowe's, and trying to figure out who's going to help me, or they tell them, okay, this
Exactly.
person said this person said that. I just watched the video, and if
YouTube.
you need to watch it a few times, watch it.
Exactly. You'll be proud of yourself too at the end. Like, you know what? I did that. I learned that on my own. I didn't have to have nobody come over here and show me that. So, yeah, YouTube, Google, all of that. Like, use your resources for sure. And then again, social media. Follow people, that are where you want to be, because sometimes people do drop those gems on their page. They go live and they
Mhm.
talk like we're doing now. And, if you're not on there, you're not privy to the information that they're giving out. So make sure you're following those type of people as well.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, because sometimes we were so worried about the numbers,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and it's like you might have, let's just say 5,000 followers, but they're not adding any value to your life. You just have
Mhm.
5,000 followers,
Exactly.
or you're following 5,000 people, but you're not listening to 5,000 people a day.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
I think sometimes when you streamline it and you
Mm-hmm.
get what you need, you're focused, you get, like I said, what you need,
Right.
then you don't have to worry about the numbers. The
Mm-hmm.
numbers will grow from there, because
Right.
now you have the wisdom. Now people are coming to you to find out what you have to share, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Don't worry about the numbers. Numbers don't matter. Information is way more important than the numbers. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 10, 500, does not matter. Just continue to do what you're doing.
Absolutely. I love it. So we're going to take our last break before we go. This is some community announcements, because one thing I do love to do, I don't actually get in the community a lot, but I love to let people know what's going on in the community. Again, resources that are there. Maybe you're somebody that has some time on your hand, and there's a nonprofit that you can go help. But
Mm-hmm.
again, you didn't know what you didn't know, so now you know of somebody where you can go spend your time and help somebody else. But maybe you're somebody who needs help. These are the resources you can get. And we didn't talk about too much about Martin Luther King Day, but it is being celebrated on Monday, and there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of events going on even this weekend, starting today,
Yeah.
leading up to Martin Luther King Day. And so we missed some of those, but I know Harvey B. Gantt Center, they were going to have some things, but I think now they're doing virtual events. So definitely, you know, things like that, it's important to remember. It's important to remember, the struggle, and that's why I tell two people, a lot of people gave their lives so that you would have an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
so take advantage of everything that they've already given. Don't let their lives be in vain. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he did so much for civil rights. He did so much so that we, the brown skinned people, would have opportunities
Right.
to be able to go to the schools we wanted to, live in the neighborhoods we wanted to. So, things like that. I think sometimes when you're reminded even of things like that, you're like, okay, let me get myself together. Let me go ahead and do what I need to do, because I have to continue that legacy,
Right.
right? And so we're going to take this will take just a few minutes, and we're going to talk about some community announcements, and we will be right back with today's daily.
Good morning, good afternoon to some worldwide. Welcome to the information and news for making the connection with Aly. Y'all get up for Aly. This is DJ Bless Her DJ. We're going to get right into some announcements. You know I got to have a little bit of my music before I get started. Once again, I am DJ Bless, trying to get this mic set. This is Making Connection with Aly. Announcements, information. If you have any announcements or information, feel free to inbox either one of us. I am DJ Bless on Facebook, Instagram, Aly on Facebook, or you can email us. You got our addresses and information. First out, we got SDB Cleaning Services, Stacy Burrs, House and Commercial Cleaning. Call for a quote, 828-222-7848. Next, we have the Source Ministries, 661 West Main Street, Forest City, North Carolina. Join them for a worship experience every Sunday. Hour of prayer is 9:45. Worship service is 11 a.m. They would love to have you. Love to have you. Once again, that's in Forest City, North Carolina. All right, we have ASL, Credible Virtual Assistant, and online project management service. They offer to organize your emails, setting appointments, creating PowerPoints, social media management, creating writing, contact, creative writing. You can contact Siobhan Lewis on Instagram. She's actually worldwide, so you really need to reach out to her on Instagram. Next, we have Sisters of the Heart, Positive Women, Positive Change, meeting held every third Sunday each month. You can contact Lisa Vance, 704-904-1061 for more information. That's here in Charlotte, and I just want to give a shout out, a plug to something I'm doing in Charlotte the last Friday of every month. It's called Sound Off Gospel Open Mic Night. It will be held in Charlotte, North Carolina, every last Friday of the month starting at 7 p.m. If you need more info, give me a call, 704-726-6274. I'm turning this back over to Aly, y'all. I think I went over my time, but I love y'all. We love you. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Making Connections. This is your girl, Aly. You were just listening to our community announcements from DJ Blessed, Mitch Patterson. If you're looking for him on Facebook, I think it was our second anniversary. He was our DJ, and he did the music for us. And I mean, we had a really good time that year. And so he is in the community. He's in the community. When I say he's in the community, he is doing a lot of things. And so definitely reach out to him if you need a DJ. I'm looking forward to, I want to go to one of those open mic nights. I'm not going to go on the mic, but I like to listen to other people. And so, sometimes if we sit at home, we're just like, gosh, I'd like to find something to do. Well, we're going to bring those announcements into you, over the next, we show you the flyers and things like that, but, we want to make sure that we make notice that there are things going on. Of course, they do follow COVID protocol. So, you'll have to wear your mask and things like that. So we're still being safe, but we absolutely still want you to live. We want you to still experience life. We want you to still, get to know people and, take advantage of opportunities. So, put your mask on, do what you need to do to be safe and, but still live, right, Tanae? You're muted. Tanae, you're muted.
Oh, am I?
There you go. You're good.
I'm good now?
Yeah.
Okay. For sure. You definitely have to still get out there and move around. And, every single day I'm trying to boost my immune system. I'm like, all right, what I got to take today? Because it's like you said, we can't stop. I think that's what they want us to do is just stop, sit in the house and all of that. So be safe, of course, but, still try to get out there and, get involved.
Yeah. And, even when you were talking about the fitness part, a lot of times too, and I was talking to somebody about my parents, we have to make sure we move.
Mhm.
We're working from home, and that's awesome because we're safer. But sometimes we realize, I'll talk about myself. We realize I'll be like, it's 3 o'clock. I haven't
Mhm.
eaten. I didn't get up. What's
Mm.
going on? So you have to, even if you have to, we set reminders for everything else. So even if you have to set a reminder, okay, it's time
Mhm.
to get up. It's time to move. Go
Right.
outside, walk around your house, and come back in or whatever.
Mhm.
Remind yourself to eat. Remind yourself you have to set boundaries though. Boundaries are important, right?
They are. Boundaries are very important, and I am all about reminders. I'm a notes person. I think I have like more than 1,000 notes in my phone because I pretty much use notes for everything. It's ridiculous.
Every day.
Yeah, it can, like you said, I can sometimes plan out what I'm eating for that week. So I'm like Monday breakfast, lunch, dinner. Tuesday breakfast. I'm like, really, that's the way my brain works. So,
Yeah.
like you said, if you have to set calendar reminders or timers, you know, do what you got to do to get it done. That's it.
Yeah. And and even talking about boundaries, even with your business sometimes, and I think we might have talked about it on the show on Monday, is that sometimes you have to take those breaks
Mm-hmm.
because you sitting there and you're trying to make things happen and you're trying to be on all these social media platforms, and you get tired. Your brain is tired.
It's
So you
tired.
have to take those breaks. You have to remember to laugh. You have to remember to call that person that's gonna just tell you something crazy, and because you need that, because
Mhm.
again, we're people. We can only do so much. We're not machines. So we're made to sleep. So it's okay for you to sleep. I know sometimes you have to get up a little early, stay up a little late,
Right.
but if you do it 7 days a week, 365 days, you're not going to be operating at your optimal. You know,
Exactly.
when you sleep, your body's able to relax, it's able to heal itself. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you're letting things go. So there's a healing process, and that healing process is important, right, Tanae?
Is sleep, water, like you said, some type of movement, whether it's walking up and down the stairs, walking around the home, going to a gym, going outside to the park. And then, like you said, sometime I have to watch it because I've worked showings, this and this, and it's 3 o'clock, and I haven't ate. Like today, I haven't ate today. So
Yeah,
when we get off,
we're gonna
I'm
eat when we
like,
get off.
yeah, I'm like, let me get food. I think I drank some ginger tea this morning. That's it. So, like you said, you're talking to me right now. So, you have to set those boundaries and make sure you eat and take care of your mental health. Mental health is definitely important as well.
And I'm glad you brought that up. We gotta let our mind rest.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what I've seen is people, and we talked about. I think the show Monday was when people self-diagnose incorrectly. Sometimes you think that one thing is wrong with you, but you haven't had any sleep. You
Mm.
haven't eaten for a whole 24 hours. You haven't, taken a shower or gotten some fresh air.
Yep.
You know, even even with COVID and everything going on, you can
Mhm.
go outside of your house,
Yep.
get some fresh air,
So true.
um, get in your car and drive somewhere if you don't want to be around people, but get in your car, see some different scenery,
Mm-hmm.
so those things really are important in our lives. It's important to know that, wherever you are, even if you're in a good place,
Mm-hmm.
you want to be able to maintain that.
Right. That's so
Yeah.
true.
And even if there's another level that you want to go to, it's going to be a process to get there, but you can definitely do it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, so true. Like you said, you definitely have to make sure that you change up the scenery because, like you said, you may be thinking you're stressed or something like that, but you've been sitting at this computer for 6 hours. Get up, move around, get some food. If you gotta watch your favorite show, binge really quick, 30-minute show, whatever, to get you in a good headspace.
Uh-oh, we lost her again. But I think what she was saying, even if you have to binge for a minute, to get yourself back into that headspace where, you're calm and you're relaxed. So, you know, life is happening. It absolutely does. But JT, who's on with us every fourth Monday, he says we control the narrative. So, wherever you are in life, you still control the narrative. You control whether you're going to be anxious or you're going to go with the flow. Sometimes we get in our head, and the past couple shows have been about that. We get in our head and we start thinking, okay, this is what's going to happen. Okay, this happened. Did this mean this? Is this going to go? Because I was talking to somebody last night and they were out with a friend, and I was like, just be there with the friend. Don't worry about, is this your mate forever? Come on now. You're going to miss out on something if you don't be. Who was it that was with us? He said, be where your feet are, right? Be in the present, be in the moment. So we were talking to Tanae Staley, and I definitely want you to follow Tanae. You can follow her on Instagram at the Tanae Show. You can go to her YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/, the Tanae Show. Um, and if you, her website is thetenayshow.com. So pretty much anything, any platform, if you look for the Tanae Show, and Tanae is TENAI. So thetenayshow.com. You can find her website, YouTube, Instagram. Make sure you follow her. She is a media personality. She is a realtor. Sounds like she might be getting into fitness. She has a podcast coming up. Hey, girl.
Hey, you probably like, if she don't get her life together today.
It's because you haven't eaten. No, I'm just kidding.
It may be. It's so much going on.
Just
Sorry
kidding.
about that, guys.
You're good. But I was just telling people about all your different platforms. So I do want to give you opportunity. I kind of went over them, but if you want to go over them again, and just your last words of whether it's encouragement, a piece of advice, whatever's laid on your heart.
Okay. Yes, please follow me on social media. Instagram is the Tanae Show, TheTenaishow. Facebook is Tanae S. I'm getting into TikTok as well, a little bit, to try and have a little bit of fun. And YouTube, of course, the Tanae Show. So please follow me on there. I do follow back. And yeah, look out for all of the things coming down the pipeline: the Tanae Show, the podcast, the business consultations and business calls and things of that nature, to really just help push you and motivate you as well. And just some last words is honestly, kind of what I've been saying the whole interview, is to just get out and do it. Just don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about, well, what if I have 2 people that buy my product, or I have 2 people that get on my live. Just keep doing it. Somebody is watching. They may not admit it, but somebody is watching. People are watching. People are looking. Just continue to go after your passions, and it'll lead you in the right direction for sure.
Absolutely. Well, tonight, thank you again. I know we met earlier at the business gathering, but we met so many people. I didn't really have a lot of time to spare,
Right.
but it was a good time, meeting you. And so I feel like, we're kindred sisters now.
Yes.
If
So
there's
much.
anything I can do for you, vice versa, if you want me to, advertise anything, just let me know so we can keep in touch, right?
I definitely will. And again, thank you so much. We have to give you your flowers as well on your platform. You're doing your thing. Continue to inspire people and do exactly what you're doing here. I think you have an amazing platform, amazing message that you're trying to get out. So thank you again. And I hope that you all stay safe. They're claiming it's supposed to snow. I don't know,
I
but
know,
stay
right?
safe. And I'm sure
Exactly.
we'll talk soon for sure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again. And you guys know we are making connections with Aly. We are here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, make sure you take the opportunity, go to our Facebook page, Instagram, but especially Facebook, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live, and you won't miss out on great information and great guests like Tanae. And so we love you. We appreciate you. And so, as always, until next time, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a good day, everybody. Bye, Tanae.
Bye.